Island firefighter accused of trying to entice a 13-year-old girl made his first court appearance today. Look 4's Leroy Triggs was there and brings us this report.
47-year-old Jared Stockwell appeared in Hall County Court via Zoom. Stockwell is facing 2 felony charges following an investigation from the Hall County Sheriff's Office. One charge is enticement by electronic device, which is a Class 4 felony. The other is intentional child abuse, which is a Class 3A felony. Even though Judge Art Wetzel found probable cause for detainment due to Stockwell having no criminal record, the judge released Stockwell under his own recognizance and orders no contact with the victim. According to the Nebraska state statute, the child abuse charge carries the harshest penalty, which is 3 years imprisonment, 18 months post-release supervision, and or a $10,000 fine. Stockwell will be back in court October 4th for his preliminary hearing. Reporting from Grand Island, Leroy Triggs, Local 4 News.